That's me right there.
And I saw that. You got a good position.
Right?
Okay. A little bit lower and it would have gotten weird.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
You're not kidding.
Hey, movie lovers. I'm here with Juan Pareja, and he is one of the stars of Mad Families on Crackle. And pleasure to talk to you today.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
How's it working with the Charlie scene?
It was kind of awesome, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous when I found out that he was going to be running the show. But honestly, he couldn't have been cooler. It was great. He was also executive producer on the project. So it was really a great experience. He was total pro. He was made me feel at home, was very generous and open with his energy, and made it easy on me.
Oh, yeah, cool. Working on Walking Dead to coming back to doing something like this for the whole acting world, how do you transition to coming back to doing something that's so family and war-like at this campsite?
Well, that's what we do as actors, honestly. And this was actually the first time I've had a chance to do any comedy, because normally I'm playing a lot more dramatic roles and gangbangers and drug dealers and stuff like that in the past. But I mean, working on The Walking Dead was a tremendous opportunity, and it was an amazing experience. This was also an amazing experience in its own right, and it was a lot of fun for me to be able to transition and kind of get an opportunity to do a little bit of comedy, which I hadn't in the past. So hopefully it'll open doors to do a lot more comedy in the future as well.
Good, good. So your comedy skills are going to come up from doing Mad Families.
Yeah. And I've always been more of a ham and kind of a comedic in my day-to-day life. I like to make people laugh, and I'm a little bit more of a silly goose.
I see the little comedic family vibe you got.
Yeah, and I've always just kind of made family laugh. I grew up making my cousin Manny laugh. He was my first kind of fan and audience member that kind of lit that fire underneath me and made me realize, the joy that I feel and experience making others laugh and kind of reaching my audience. So, yeah, definitely enjoyed it very much, and I'm looking forward to doing more of it in the future.
Cool. I noticed on the poster some of the other actors aren't here. Mm-hmm. So, like, I saw some other big names as I saw the trailer and some of the episodes. So,
yeah.
Who else did you like working with that's on the show? Or
I had a blast with everybody. Leah Remini was amazing. And you know what? It was a ridiculously big cast. I think it might have been like 24 of us, if I'm not mistaken. So I have a hard time imagining how they would be able to fit us all on there. But everybody was great. Honestly, a lot of great comedians. Finesse Mitchell that you see there as well. Lil Rel Howery, Tiffany Haddish, Naya Rivera was on there as well. And it was kind of fun because it was 3 weeks of shooting basically at the Disney Ranch up in Plaza Rita Canyon. Mm-hmm. And it kind of felt like summer camp for 3 weeks. And that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of when we weren't even shooting, just the kind of downtime, hanging out in between scenes and goofing off was a lot of fun.
You know what I've noticed lately? Crackle, Netflix, other networks, Hulu, Amazon, a lot more penetration of Latinos coming into film and TV now. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's only a wonderful thing. Only good things can come of that. I'm optimistic that we'll see even more and more of that in the future.
Right.
Demographics are changing. The Latino community is definitely becoming a more and more robust part of just.
And I also like how diverse it is. We have a good little diversity, even of old and young.
Yeah. All the generations.
All the stuff.
3 grandfathers, and then all the 3 cultures. It's a really great dynamic and a lot of diversity in this film. And so hopefully everybody will enjoy it.
Okay, lastly, what do you have for our Latino actors all coming up? What were the steps there's no one right way in Hollywood, but what are some crucial things you can maybe tell someone on coming up as an actor, writer, producer in Hollywood as a Latino to come up?
Sure. We definitely need as many Latinos out there, not even just acting, but writers. It's very, very critical that we have those stories out there. And I'll tell you the same thing that I tell a lot of people that have asked me. I didn't pursue a very conventional path, and there are definitely many ways to get to the top of the mountain. I say there's a lot of parts of the country where there is production going on through tax incentives and stuff like that. I went to school up at New York University. I went back to Texas. Everybody thought I was kind of crazy. Why would you go back to Texas? After being up at NYU, why didn't you go straight to LA? But I was able to distinguish myself as a bigger fish in a smaller pond early on. I got my feet wet with a lot of productions that were in town, Machete being one of them. Stephen King's The Mist in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is where I met the director of The Walking Dead, Frank Darabont, back then. And that, getting your feet wet there so that when you transition to Los Angeles, you're not starting all the way at the bottom. You're kind of coming in the middle of the game. And the biggest kind of element, I think, to the formula of success is persistence. Persistence in the face of...
Persistence outweighs talent every time.
I would have to say that has been the biggest component.
So you're more
towards my
persistent
success.
than talented?
I would like to say I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Juan, awesome talking to you. Thanks for being on Fabulous TV.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Take care. Guys, check it out. Crackle.com. It's free, streaming right now. Mad Families.
He's mad. I'm mad. Turn it off!